great catch. Throw back into second. The shortstop, Gavin Einan, with a fabulous backhanded catch to save at least one run there and record the second out of the inning. Dom Ferlito, the batter, now 2 outs and runners still at first and second. So Candifer trying to work out of the jam. Got a little bit of help from Evancho. Ferlito, right-handed batter. Kohler off second, McIntyre off first. A couple of defensive gems by each team here in the second inning. Here's the pitch. He tried to check his swing and could not. And it's a strike one, 0-1. The pitch. Foul down the right side, 0-2.
Stu, yesterday we pretty much saw the ace not only of the NICHOLS staff but entire Monsignor Martin. We saw Ross Yoshida go for the win yesterday. The next pitcher right now, one of the best pitchers, not only in Monsignor Martin, also in Western New York, is Candifer, who's out here right now. He's obviously had a really good season right here to start out. He's a junior that will be coming back to this team as well.
Here's the 2-strike pitch. Foul down the right side. Candifer, big right-handed pitcher.
And if you remember when we did some games Canisius-wise for football, this is one that came in to play quarterback as well and showed that he's got a gun, smart, really very cerebral out there as a quarterback, and now you're seeing him take it over here to baseball and do the same exact thing that's out there.
The pitch. Called strike 3. Ferlito is struck out, and that'll end the inning. And just like Langer in the top half of the inning, Candifer pitches out of it. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left on base after 2 complete. It's NICHOLS nothing, Canisius nothing. You're watching Georgetown Cup baseball on Western New York Athletics.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
I'm George Wiley, a senior at Canisius High School. As the only Jesuit high school in Western New York, Canisius delivers a life-changing education. Canisius prepares young men for acceptance into the nation's finest universities, and our community supports us at each step of our journey. We are proud of our excellent athletics and our emphasis on service. This place is special. Let us show you why.
Experience firsthand the excellence of Canisius High School. Schedule your visit at canisiushigh.org.
Emerson Weber comes in to play second base, taking over at second base for Caden Evancho, who was ejected after a play at first base in the bottom of the second inning. So we don't have a direct line to the umpires. I'm kind of guessing, Tom, that he must have been called out for obstruction or running over the player at first base.
Yeah, not giving him – you got to make sure that they can make the play, and if you don't, and obviously run him over – that's going to be grounds for. It's the same play at home plate that we see a lot when we see them run over the catcher, not slide. Same type of concept, at least there, as far as making sure that you're letting that fielder out in the field be able to make that play.
Back to the top of the order for Canisius. Oh, no, excuse me. It's Aiden Emick, the ninth batter, the catcher, will lead off here in the top of the third against Max Langer for NICHOLS. So we've had a double play, a collision at first base. Lots of stuff in 2 innings. That's a ball, 1-0 on the right-handed hitting Aiden Emick.
And all of that, both pitchers have remained calm, and we still have a 0-0 game. That's normally when you see some sort of big inning get broken open, and both pitchers stay calm and settle in still.
Another ball. That one's in tight, and it's 2-0. Langer had a 1-2-3 inning in the first. A busy inning with runners on base in the second, and in the third, there's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-1 on the leadoff batter, Emick. The pitch. Breaking ball high and tight. That one didn't really break, and it's 3-1 on Aiden Emick. Top of the order is next. Gavin Einan and David Cloyd scheduled to follow Emick here. The pitch. Strike two called. Strike two. He did try to check his swing. I think he did, but it was a called strike anyway. And the count is full on Aiden Emick.
So, Stu, we had some audio issues earlier, so we want to just say is we are back up and running as you're hearing us right now. But what we do want to do is make sure we give some stats along the way that we missed out early on in the game.
Emick grounds it back to the pitcher. Langer bobbles it, then picks it up and throws over to first for the out.
For instance, Langer on the mound has thrown 38.2 innings this season. He has a 2-1 record on the season. He's thrown 39 strikeouts. He's got a 3.259 ERA on the season.
Gavin Einan flew out to the center fielder his first time up, and he smacks one way up in the air. The center fielder Ruffalo is there and makes the catch. So that's 2 times that Einan has flown out to the center field and kind of helped the pitcher out there a little bit by swinging at that first pitch. And David Cloyd is the batter. He grounded out to the shortstop, Venditti, his first time up. Langer fires. Breaking ball in there on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. The pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 0-2.
So Cloyd right now on the season, he's hitting .348 on the season, 23 hits, 13 RBIs, and he's got 3 doubles added to that.
He checks his swing. Nichols appeals, and the first base umpire, Rick Antonio, agrees with his colleague behind home plate and says he did check his swing, and the count is 1-2. Here's the pitch. High fly ball. That's well hit. Center fielder Ruffalo, though, is there and makes the catch. That kind of jumped off the bat and fooled me a little bit. But that's 2 putouts in the inning for the center fielder. 3 up and 3 down for Canisius. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 2.5, Canisius nothing, Nichols nothing, and you're watching Georgetown Cup baseball on Western New York Athletics.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
In the classroom, on the field, in the studio, behind a music stand, we care for the whole person in mind, body, and spirit. Through our unique house system, our Modus academic program, on every step of your journey.
This place is special. Let us show you why.
Okay. We're back for the bottom half of the 3rd inning here at Sal Magley Stadium in Niagara Falls. I want to thank Empire Electric for all the great work that they do. And Canisius High School summer programs include 8 great sports camps, exciting workshops, and our Hallmark Higher Achievement program. There are opportunities for rising 4th graders through rising 9th graders. Go to canisiushigh.org/bestsummerever for more information. Reserve your spot today as space is limited. Trent Ruffalo leads off here for Nichols in the bottom of the 3rd. He was retired on a nice play by the 3rd baseman, Ross Rashida. If there is a game 3, I imagine Rashida will come back and pitch for Nichols one more time. No, he can't?
Got to remember, there's days rest that are involved. He threw 93 pitches.
Okay.
I got to look at the days rest on that one.
Bouncing ball toward the second baseman, gloved by Weber, who replaced Evancho, fires over to first, and there's 1 pitch and 1 out here in the top half of the 3rd. Or bottom of the 3rd, and that'll bring up Brian Venditti, who was safe on an error by the shortstop, his first time up.
Venditti's got a .390 on base percentage this season, 15 hits. He's got 13 singles, 2 doubles, 9 RBIs, and 11 runs scored.
Venditti bats left-handed against Candifer. He chops one foul out in front of home plate. Strike 1, 0-1. Nichols, the home team, in the green jerseys and white pants, and Canisius in the road grays. the Blue Caps. The pitch. There's a soft line drive that'll drop in for a base hit just in front of the left fielder, Reed Cohn. So Venditti is on base for the second time today, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Ross Rashida, who, as Tom mentioned, pitched game one.
Cohn, you see how far he's playing into? He's really was playing in to make sure that he was trying to take away those singles. A lot of green turf out past him. Now he realizes Yoshida's the one up, and you see him, they move him back.
Big swing and a miss. And it's 0-1 on Yoshida. Yoshida pitched the other today. Today he's at third base. Venditti gets his lead from first. Throw over there, and he's back safely with a dive.
Yoshida on the season, .390 batting average, a .544 on base percentage, 23 hits, 13 singles, 7 doubles, 3 triples, 14 RBIs, and 16 runs scored.
Venditti gets his lead. Throw over to first. He's back standing up that time. 0-1 on Yoshida. And then 2 throws over to first base. We're in the bottom of the third and scoreless, each team with 2 hits. The only error of the game belongs to Canisius. The pitch. Bouncing ball slowly hit. Gloved by the third baseman Barjak, and they turn a nice double play. 5-4-3. We'll take a look at the replay of the double play. Started by Barzak, went over to Ostempowski, to Golombuski, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base after 3 complete. And each team has now turned to double play. NICHOLS nothing, Canisius nothing. And you're watching Georgetown Cup baseball on Western New York Athletics.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
In the classroom, on the field, in the studio, behind a music stand, we care for the whole person in mind, body, and spirit. Through our unique house system, our Modus academic program, on every step of your journey.
This place is special. Let us show you why.
David Barzak is scheduled to lead off for Canisius, followed by Luke Golombuski and Justin Ostempowski. Barzak struck out swinging his first time up. Each team has now turned a double play, and one player has been ejected, and NICHOLS did get out of a bases-loaded jam, and Canisius got out of a first and second jam. So, as Tom had mentioned, the pitchers have settled in nicely, and now Barzak leads it off.
Barzak hitting .444 on the season.
High fly ball down the right side, foul and out of play, and it's Bernardone giving chase, but he couldn't get there. He had no chance, really.
Barzak with 24 hits on the season, 17 RBIs. He's got 3 doubles and 3 triples on the season as well.
The right-hander Langer fires to the plate. High pop-up. Shortstop coming in. Now third baseman Yoshida taking charge. Comes over and makes the play, and there's 1 out in the top half of the 4th inning.
So a fun little stat. I know you like to hear these, Stu, but we do have the Southtowns Travel League alive and well in this game still. Ross Yoshida has played in that game. David Barzak has played in that league, and so has Ostempowski.
And there's a line drive base hit. Golombuski is now 2 for 2. He doubled his first time and just lined one into right field for a base hit, and that'll bring up Ostempowski. Does that mean that you coached 1 or 2 of these
No,
guys?
I didn't. And Kipler's another one who's actually played in that league as well. But you're talking about guys and fathers that have been coaches. Kipler was a coach in the league. Ostempowski was a coach in the league. So we've got a lot of guys that have had touches in that Southtowns Travel League.
Ooh, high and tight, and the ball's dropped by the catcher for Lido. He throws down to second, but no chance to get Golombuski, who's at second base again, and we'll call that, not sure if we'd call it a wild pitch or a pass ball. We'll call it a pass ball. Ball 1-0, and now Canisius with another runner in scoring position. Gollum Buski, Ostempowski at the plate with a ball 1 count. The pitch, breaking ball up high, 2-0. Well, this is starting to look like a carbon copy of the second inning.
Yeah, it really is. Ostempowski, though, 273 on the season, 15 hits. He's got 5 RBIs and 4 doubles on the season as well.
The 2-0 pitch to Ostempowski. Line drive, and that'll drop in for a base hit. And here comes Gollum Buski. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's offline. Throw down to second as the run scores into center field. And Canisius has a 1-0 lead there. As Reed Cohn picked it up, fired it in, the throw was cut off. Ostempowski drives in the first run of the game, and the Crusaders take a 1-0 lead. Then Ferlito fired down to second base, but he had no chance really of getting Ostempowski. Nick Chimay, the right fielder.
A couple things on that, Stu. First of all, it was dropped out in left field. He comes up with that clean. That's a play at the plate right there. And you saw Coach Sanacito over there. He was waving him around to go. He stopped a minute at third, and that was also a chance to make a play at the plate right there.
Bouncing ball slowly hit to the second baseman. Weber gloves it, throws to first in time for the out, and there are 2 away as Ostempowski moves over to third base.
I actually thought that throw down from catcher to second would have been a bang-bang play. It was a high throw there, but it would have been, I think, a bang-bang play over at second base as well. Just some throws. You wonder if that ball's a little bit slick. There's some water on that turf still, that hole's out there, and you wonder if that's one of the reasons why that ball could be a little bit slick and tough to hold on to.
Matt Barr is the batter. He takes a ball. He got a base hit his first time up. Canisius has broken through and scored the first run of the ball game here in the top half of the 4th inning. Back-to-back base hits by Luke Golombuski and Justin Ostempowski. The ball 1 pitch to Barr in there on the inside corner for a strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. 2 outs, 1 run in, runner on at third. The 1-1 pitch to Barr. Down low for a ball, and the count goes to 2-1. Langer trying to end the inning without any further damage. Here's the pitch to Barr. Breaking ball rocketed into left field. Left fielder going back and makes the catch. Reed Cohn reached up and grabbed that one, and that'll keep that runner at third and end the inning. Nice play there by Cohn. Looked like he might have misjudged it, but was able to reach up and grab it, and that'll end the inning for Canisius. 1 run, 2 hits, and no 1 man left on base after 3.5. Canisius 1, NICHOLS nothing, and you're watching Georgetown Cup Baseball on Western New York Athletics.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
In the classroom, on the field, in the studio, behind a music stand, we care for the whole person in mind, body, and spirit. Through our unique house system, our Modus academic program, on every step of your journey.
This place is special. Let us show you why.
Welcome back to Sal Magley Stadium. Canisius takes a 1-0 lead in Game 2 of the Georgetown Cup Series. It's a best of 3. So we're going to take a look at the replay of the catch that ended by the last inning by Reed Cohn. That ball was really tagged. Well, not a replay there. I want to remind everybody today's game is being brought to you by Empire Electric. As we're now in the bottom half of the 4th inning, and Reed Cohn, who made that catch, leads off. He bounced out to the second baseman his first time up. The pitch to Cohn. In there for a strike, and the count goes to 0-1. And we're having some technical difficulties here, so please bear with us. Here's the pitch. Right up the middle off the pitcher glove by Ostempowski. And he got him. Nice play there. Looked like it hit Candifer. Ricochet Dostempowski, and he threw him out. So I guess we're going to have to call that 1-4-3. And now it's Casey Kohler, the right fielder, with one out and nobody on the bottom of the fourth. So Candifer with a one-run lead to work with here. Gets some help from his defense. That's outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Left-handed batting, Kohler. Got a base hit his first time up. The pitch. That's in there for a strike at the letters, and the count evens up at 1-1. Candifer steps off. Now climbs back up on the pitcher's mound and toes the rubber. The pitch. Ball 2, 2-1. The pitch to Kohler. Bouncing ball toward the shortstop. Einen fields, throws in time for the out. 2 up and 2 down. And that will bring up Derek McIntyre, the designated hitter, who walked his first time up. McIntyre, right-handed batter. Two groundouts to start the bottom of the fourth for Candifer, and there's McIntyre. And he takes a ball just a little bit off the plate there. Make it 1-0. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Count evens up at 1-1. The pitch. That's a beautiful breaking ball for a called strike 2, and it's 1-2. There's the 1-2 pitch to McIntyre. Inside, and not by much. I think the Canisius dugout thought they had that one. Count evens up at 2-2. Candifer quickly goes back to work on McIntyre. And the pitch. One hop to third, glove by Barzak. High throw, but not too high. Golombiewski hauls it in, and it's 3 groundouts in the inning for Candifer. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 4 complete, it's Canisius 1, NICHOLS nothing. And once again, we want to remind you that today's Georgetown Cup game is being brought to you by Empire Electric. And we'll be back with the top half of the 5th inning after this short break.
My experience at NICHOLS really changed my life. I loved it here. Coming from a public school, this is definitely a huge step for me. I came from a small public school, and so moving to the city was a big step. Getting to know all the wonderful people here and the campus, and the very strong education, great teachers, just overall great community. I wouldn't have traded it for the world.
The people that I've met here have been really incredible, and I'm never gonna really forget about the connections I made here, and the people I've met have all been very incredible, very important to me.
Eight years has been a long time, but I've enjoyed every single second of it.
Top half of the 5th inning, Josh Montague banged into a double play his first time up, leads off for Canisius. There's a breaking ball that's just off the outside corner, and it's 1-0. Max Langer has given up 4 hits and 1 run. and his team trails 1-0. There's another breaking ball that's a little high and a little outside, and it's 2-0 on Josh Monty. Only run of the game driven in by Justin Ostempowski in the top of the 4th. There's another ball that's way outside, and it's 3-0 on the leadoff batter here in the top of the 5th. Langer fires. That's in there for a strike, and the count goes to 3-1. Monty followed by Emick and Einen, and here's the pitch. Rip, just foul down the first baseline. Oh, Monty got a good cut at that one, and it was just foul, and now the count is full at 3-2. Timeout is called. Monty steps out. He's got the white batting gloves on both hands. Langer winds it up, and here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He struck him out. Good job by Langer coming back to get the strikeout. It's just the second strikeout of the ball game for Langer. Better now is Aiden Emick, who bounced out to the pitcher his first time up. Here's the pitch to Emick. Ooh, it hit him. Second hit batter of the day, one for each team, and Canisius gets a base runner with the top of the batting order coming up. So Emick heads down to first, and that'll bring up Gavin Einen, who has twice flown out to the center fielder. Right-handed batter. See how Canisius plays this. They have a 1-0 lead. It's a ball, 1-0. Yoshida third, Bernardone at first. First baseman holding the runner on the bag. The pitch. High and tight. Ball 2, 2-0. Well, there was a stretch in that second inning where Langer lost the strike zone for a bit. He might be in the same spot now. Emick getting a good lead off of first. 2-0 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 2-1.
He's definitely working the corners. That's something he's really trying to do. Even the off-speed stuff, he's making sure it's inside, outside. Don't leave anything off over the plate.
The pitch. Bouncing ball toward third. Nice stop by Yoshida. It's a second. Oh, he threw it into right field. Yoshida made a great stop. Now the runner trying to go to third. Here comes the throw, the slide, the tag. He's in there safely, and the batter winds up at second base. Great base running by Einen. Well, a great stop by Yoshida, but unfortunately for him, his throw to second went into right field. So now there's runners at second and third on the throwing error by Yoshida.
That's why it's called the hot corner right there. As you see, he adjusts beautifully, though, laid right out for it, came up. And I'll tell you, it is one of the toughest throws because it depends where you are and the angle you're about to throw it at, especially if you're trying to lead the runner over to the base. And you can see that one got away. And again, I'm still going to go, is that ball a little bit slick out there, Stu? Is that having an effect on any of the throws? Obviously, we don't know. We're up here in a nice warm booth, not there on a field right now. But you wonder if the ball's just a little bit slick.
I'm going to take a guess and say, yes, it is. David Cloyd is the batter. He takes ball one. Runners at second and third, one away. In the top of the fifth. The pitch. High pop-up. Actually, a high fly ball. That could be trouble. Right fielder Kohler comes on, makes the catch, and he'll uncork a great throw to the plate to keep the runners at second and third. Well, the runner at third, Emick, if he thought about it, he didn't think about it for very long. He thought about coming, but a great throw from Kohler. And now they're 2 outs with runners at second and third. And David Barzak, 0 for 2 on the day, struck out swinging and was retired by the third baseman here with 2 outs in the top of the fifth. So
still Canisius is going right man, right place on this spot right now. This is the guy they want up in this position. And on that last play, good job right there. Even though it looked like he wanted to take off, he was trying to make him throw the ball because if that ball goes awry at all, guess what? It's a run scored right there. And that's exactly what they're trying to do is make that throw happen at least.
And the pitch is a strike in the outside corner. It's 0-1 on Barzak. Langer works out of the stretch. Runners lead from second and third. Strike one pitch. High pop-up foul and out of play. Off to the right. 0-2 on Barzak. Langer trying to work out of this jam. Barzak trying to get another run home for Canisius. And here's the strike two pitch. Breaking ball. Close pitch, but not quite good enough. It's a ball. And the count goes to 1-2.
Good spot, though. Your 0-2 count. You want to make a pitcher's pitch right there. Low in the zone, close enough. Can I get the batter to go after or make an attempt at that pitch? I like that spot right there. I'm going to look for something outside right now to see if we can make him, see if he can roll something over or pop it up right here.
He reaches out and pokes one into right field. Kohler going back, and Kohler puts the glove up and makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, an error, and 2 men left after 4.5. It is Canisius 1, NICHOLS 0. The Georgetown Cup playoffs are being brought to you by Empire Electric, and we'll be back with the bottom of the 5th after this short break here on Western New York Athletics.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
In the classroom, on the field, in the studio, behind a music stand, we care for the whole person in mind, body, and spirit. Through our unique house system, our modest academic program, on every step of your journey.
This place is special. Let us show you why.
Take a look at the Canisius baseball camp. Those are some QR codes there. The Canisius baseball camp. You see the dates on there, June 25 to June 27th. And if you want to sign up, just go to the website there, as you see on the bottom of the screen, canisiushigh.org/bestsummerever for more information to reserve your spot today, as space is limited. So now we move to the bottom half of the 5th inning, with Canisius holding on to that 1-0 lead. They scored a run in the top of the 4th, and that is the only run of the ball game. And for NICHOLS here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, it is Emerson Weber getting his first at-bat. He replaced Caden Ivancho, who was ejected after running over a player at first base.
So this is the time in the game. We're going bottom 5 right now, and you're going to have to think, if you're NICHOLS, will small ball come into play right here? Because you're going to have to start trying to figure out a way to get guys into scoring position. Leadoff batters become huge right now inside this game.
Weber takes a strike, 0-1. It does not feel like either pitcher is in trouble in terms of pitch count. There's a slow roller towards second, gloved by the second baseman. Ostempowski throws over to first, and there's one away here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Dom Bernardone, who was retired by the shortstop his first time up. Left-handed batter. Candifer fires. Outside, ball 1, 1-0. 1 run, 4 hits and an error for Canisius. No runs, 2 hits and an error for NICHOLS. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, and the count evens at 1-1. Looked like he wanted to check his swing. Didn't matter. It was a called strike anyway.
So, Stu, we have confirmed Ross Yoshida can come back for Saturday's game on the mound.
Good to know. If there is a game Saturday, there's a high pop-up Second baseman Ostempowski over there toward the first base bag and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That game will be here. Do we know what time it's scheduled to start on Saturday? I'll have to ask Pete Schneider that, and I will. Dom Ferlito, the catcher, was called on strikes his first time up. Pete, what time's that game start Saturday? 12 noon starts Saturday, if there is a third game. We're 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth and nobody on. High and away, ball 1-0 on Ferlito, the right-handed batting catcher. Well, 2 quick outs to start the inning here for Josh Candifer.
Candifer, we haven't talked about him. He's got a .97 ERA on the season in the Monsignor Martin Conference. 29 innings pitched. And of those 29 innings, he's had 24 strikeouts. You can see he pitches to contact, but boy, he is tough to give up hits. As you've seen, he's already in this one, only giving up 2.
Great play there by Justin Ostempowski, ranging far to his left toward the first base bag, almost out on the outfield grass. He gets the ball and throws out Dom Ferlito to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 5 complete, it is Canisius 1, NICHOLS nothing. And this game is being brought to you by Empire Electric. Back with the top of the 6th after this short break.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
In the classroom, on the field, in the studio, behind a music stand, we care for the whole person in mind, body, and spirit. Through our unique house system, our Modus academic program, on every step of your journey.
This place is special. Let us show you why.
Welcome back to the top half of the 6th inning. This game is being brought to you by Empire Electric. This is game 2 of the Georgetown Cup. NICHOLS won the first game. Canisius leads this one 1-0. And if there is a third game, it'll be played here at Sal Magley Stadium at 12 noon on Saturday.
You know, we talk about pitch count. I just talked about Candifer last inning and how he pitches to contact. Through 5 innings, 45 pitches through 5 innings. I mean, that is really being efficient. And does he throw strikes? 45 pitches, 34 of them have gone for strikes out there. So you could see he is doing exactly what he needs to do on the mound out there today.
Luke Golombuski will lead off here. He walked and scored the run in the 4th. And by the way, Candifer, if he can keep his pitch count, as there's a ball to Golombuski, if he can keep his pitch count to 65, I think he has 20 pitches left, he can come back and pitch Saturday.
I'll tell you, Golombuski's a guy we haven't talked about a lot. Freshman out here leading this Canisius team. A freshman hitting .453 on the season in the Monsignor Martin Conference. Unbelievable. 24 hits on the season, 15 RBIs, a double and a home run as well.
And he takes ball 3-0. A freshman at a place like Canisius, that seems like it's a rarity. It's a rarity anywhere, but especially at a program like Canisius.
Well, and to be delivering the way he is, because this year has been unbelievable with the pitching performances inside the conference. When you look at this conference this year, Stu, truly when you talk about top to bottom, the deepest conference so far in Western New York. There hasn't been a conference that has gone deeper to be able to show you a pitcher that could come out and shut you down in a game.
Golombuski takes back-to-back strikes, and now the count is full at 3-2. And Langer, and now Golombuski steps out of the batter's box, takes a practice cut, and steps back in, no doubt trying to disrupt whatever rhythm Langer had found on those last 2 pitches. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Outside ball 4, he walked him, and Canisius gets the lead man on. And that'll bring up Justin Ostempowski, who drove in the only run of the ball game back in the 4th inning. That is just the 3rd walk allowed by Langer. But they get more important as the game goes on. And we'll see if Golombuski tries to run. or how Canisius will play this. Ostempowski 1 for 2 on the day. Fouled out to the first baseman his first time. Throw over to first. Golombiewski back in plenty of time with a dive. And then, of course, Ostempowski drove in the only run with a base hit in the fourth. Only run of the game. The pitch. Ripped. Fair ball inside the third base bag into left field. Golombiewski stops at second. He made a big turn and then eventually stopped on the base hit by Ostempowski just inside the third base bag. And now Canisius has runners at first and second with nobody out.
And I'll tell you, what you may not have saw on the camera was Sanacito waving him. He wanted him on third base is where he wanted him. Didn't get him, and see right afterwards he slaps his hands because he wanted him standing on third base with that runner at third, obviously less than 2 outs so they could get that fly ball to try to get him home.
NICHOLS is the batter. He walked, reached second base, then bounced out to the second baseman. Runners lead from first and second. He squares to bunt, and he bunts it foul down the third baseline, does Chimay. Strike 1, 0-1.
I like that call right there. We said it. Look, this is the part of the game to expect to see small ball, and you want those runners in scoring position in less than 2 outs. That is a great call right there, and I still expect to see it again.
0-1 on Chimay. He squares to bunt early this time. No doubt about what he's trying to do here. Langer fires to the plate. High and away. Ball 1-1. First baseman Barnadone coming all the way in. And Yoshida not quite coming as far, but they are expecting the bunt. And he has shown bunt. 1-1 on Chimay. He shows bunt again early. Yoshida drops back. The pitch. High, ball 2-0. Well, they've got the first baseman charging in. Yoshida staying on third base in case there's a play there.
And he's got to stay back. That's the call. Your pitcher is going to come out and cover that third base. You need somebody right now to cover third. So what's going to happen is your first baseman will charge, your second will come over and cover first, your short will cover second.
There's the bunt out in front of home plate, fielded by the pitcher. Throw to third is not in time, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Ferlito picked it up, fired to third, but the throw was too late.
That's a tough play right there. That's the one where he made it much closer than I thought it was going to be, but I thought the play was going to be over at first base right there to be able to at least get that first out.
Well, Ferlito taking charge and trying to make the play on the ball. He was the one who had the best chance of throwing him out, so he made the right play. And now a meeting on the mound for NICHOLS. The entire infield is in.
And I don't know if this is to talk to the pitcher. I think this is to talk about options right now. See what we're going to do if the ball's hit to you. So the question that I'm going to look to see, are you going to bring the entire infield in right there and make the play of the plate? Are you going to keep the middle back, try to turn a double play? What are going to be your options that you're going to be looking to do right now if you're NICHOLS outside in the field? Me, 1-run game, this is tight. I'm going to bring my infield in, and I'm going to make the play at the plate right now. And you're going to see, I think that's going to be I'm watching. I was watching short, and it seems like they're going to go part way.
Yeah, half and half.
So halfway is what they're going to do. So, no, you're going to see they're going back. So I think they're going to go back and try to get that double play if it's hit to the middle infielders right now.
Max Barr, the batter, breaking ball, and he pops it up, foul and out of play. Well, I'm with you, Tom. I'd bring him in and try to get that run at the plate because Candifer has been masterful.
I mean, 2 hits is all that he's given up. And remember, it was back in that second inning, which was that squirrely inning that they had. But he's obviously pitching to contact, and it's been tough to really hit something real solid on him today.
0-1 on Barr. The pitch. Down low, good stop by Ferlito, and the count evens at 1-1. Bases loaded, nobody out in the top of the 6th. Canisius leading 1-0. A walk, a base hit, and then a play at third. Would have been a fielder's choice. The pitch. Ball 2-1.
And this is where you got to be careful. If I'm a hitter now, I'm looking for one pitch, Stu. I want that belt-high fastball. If I don't get that belt-high fastball, you're going to either let it go, don't swing at something that could cause an easy ground out or something that could be negative for Canisius.
The pitch. Ooh, just missed inside and low. Now the count goes to 3-1. There's no place to put him. No place to put him. Bases loaded, one away. 3-1 on Max Barr. Langer works out of the stretch, pitches to the plate. Swung on and chopped foul down the third baseline. So the count goes to 3-2.
Stu, remember I've been asking if it's wet there?
Yeah.
I don't know if you just saw when Yoshida went to pick up the ball, he slipped right there is exactly what he did. That's telling me that turf has been wet out there, and that was something we were going to see. Is it having an effect on some of those throws?
Full count on Max Barr. Runners lead from first, second, and third. Langer trying to get Barr. Ground ball into center field, a base hit. 1 run scores, and the bases are still loaded. So Max Barr comes up with an RBI hit. Golombuski scores. Everybody else moves up a base. And Barr's on at first, and Canisius has a 2-0 lead. And there you take a look at the replay, and interestingly enough, Tom, even if they pulled the infield in, wouldn't have made a difference.
Yep, good point.
They're going to have another meeting on the mound here. Now, I don't see, if the bullpens are down the line, I don't see any.
No, bullpens, you take a look out in over in left field, right next to the 330 sign. That's exactly where that one bullpen is. And then the other bullpen is on the 320 side inside the right field.
Well, Langer's day is done on the mound. Langer's day is done on the mound. And let's see, we've got a pitching change for NICHOLS. Number 25, Max Zlotnick is coming in. And we want to remind you this game is being brought to you by Empire Electric. And we'll be back after this short break.
My experience at NICHOLS really changed my life. I loved it here. Coming from a public school, this is definitely a huge step for me. I came from a small public school, and so moving to the city was a big step. Getting to know all the wonderful people here and the campus, and the very strong education, great teachers, just overall great community. I wouldn't have traded it for the world.
The people that I've met here have been really incredible, and I'm never gonna really forget about the connections I made here, and the people I've met have all been very incredible, very important to me.
Eight years has been a long time, but I've enjoyed every single second of it. I came from a public school, and I didn't really get the challenge I was looking for originally. So I came over to NICHOLS, and right away I knew that I was going to be challenged, but I was also going to have a great time and great friends and everything in between.
And I feel like being at NICHOLS, you don't have to be afraid of who you are. I feel like here you can be authentically yourself because there's so many different clubs, sports where you can thrive in any different way. But I know that NICHOLS has put me in a position to go and do whatever I want to be in the future.
Bases loaded and 1 run in, and still nobody out for Josh Monty. Max Zlotnick in to pitch for NICHOLS. The right-hander winds it up and fires. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1 on Josh Monty, who bounced into a double play in the second inning and struck out swinging in the 5th. We're in the top of the 6th, 2-0 Canisius. Game 2 of the best-of-3 Georgetown Cup Series, being brought to you by Empire Electric. High and away for a ball, and the count evens up at 1-1. Josh Monty. Now we get a quick timeout. Dom Ferlito heads out to the mound. Brian Venditti also out there to speak with Zlotnick. I have Josh Monty down as number 26, and this is number 23, so I think we have a pinch hitter. And I will try and check momentarily. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Let's see if I can't get to Canisius on my phone. The pitch. Foul out of play. And the count holds at 1-2. I can multitask, but not quite that fast, so I don't want to miss the action. And then I will check on the identification of number 23. He pokes one into right field. It hits the base runner. He's out. That's a tough break for 23. And everybody has to go back to their bases. Oh, wow. That's a great break for Nichols. Hit by a batted ball. So there's one out and the bases remain loaded. Aiden Emick is the batter now. Bases loaded, one out, 1 run in. Aiden Emick will try to add to the Crusaders' lead. Takes a pitch up high, ball 1, 1-0. And Emick is ready, as is Lotnick, the pitcher. The pitch. High pop-up. Second baseman getting under it, and Weber makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And by the way, that number 23 was Jack Gansey, who had the tough luck of having his batted ball hit the base runner. Now the Crusaders go back to the top of the batting order. Gavin Einen, flown out twice to the center fielder, and was safe on an error by the third baseman.
I'll tell you, this is a big at-bat, especially if you're Nichols right now, because this game could be broken open right here with a base hit, especially if you hit the gaps. People don't realize the gaps here at Sal Magli are some of the bigger gaps that you're going to see in high school fields. The one field that you could see that mimics gaps like these is Canisius' home field.
Right. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
I'll tell you, the one thing we haven't talked about, too, is that wind today, because it is blowing. And look at the flags, too. It's blowing in. So everything is – that's why we really haven't seen balls take off and go the distance like we thought off the bats on some of them earlier today.
That's a ball. Count evens up at 1-1 on Gavin Einen. Canisius adding a run here in the 6th. Barr and Ostempowski with the RBIs for Canisius today. 1-1 on Einen. Bases still loaded for the Crusaders. The pitch. In there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Zlotnick on in relief of Max Langer, who started and got him into the 6th inning.
And really did pitch real well. His off-speed and his spots were really good today. That's what really has kept this at a 2-0 ball game to this point.
The 1-2 pitch. High fly ball. Center fielder coming in. And he makes the catch. Does Trent Rafulo, who's been busy today. That's the 3rd time Einen has flown out to the center fielder. But Canisius does get 1 run. There were 2 hits and 3 men left on base after 5.5. It's Canisius 2, Nichols nothing. This game is being brought to you on Western New York Athletics by Empire Electric. Back with the bottom of the 6th after this short break.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
In the classroom, on the field, in the studio, behind a music stand, we care for the whole person in mind, body, and spirit. Through our unique house system, our modest academic program, on every step of your journey.
This place is special. Let us show you why.
Bottom half of the 6th inning. Canisius leading this one 2-0, and it's the top of the batting order for Nichols. This Georgetown Cup baseball game is being brought to you by Empire Electric. Nichols still looking to do some damage against Josh Candifer, who still has 20 pitches left, and if he can close out this game in just 20 pitches, he's at 45, he can come back Saturday.
Yeah, we don't want to say 20 pitches left because he really has like 70 pitches left,
right?
So, but what they're looking at is, do they have to make some decisions if they're going to want to look to head to Saturday right now?
Trent Ruffalo is the batter. 0 for 2 on the day, bounced out to the third baseman, bounced out to the second baseman. And he chops one, slowly hit to the shortstop. Einen throws to first in time for the out, 1 away. Makes me think, Tom, that maybe they want to try and take a few more pitches here.
Yeah, and again, you're still looking at this as a 2-0 game, though. I don't want my players to not be aggressive, especially if I'm looking for that first pitch fastball. We said it on multiple broadcasts before, Stu. Right now, the highest batting average that you can go ahead and hit as a hitter is the first pitch fastball.
Pitch to Brian Venditti, hits the catcher's glove and goes back to the screen. Venditti 1 for 2 on the day. Safe on an error by the shortstop in the first. Got a base hit in the third. He squares to bunt. Pulls the bat back and takes a strike. Clearly bunting for a base hit as you see Barzak charging in from third.
And I want you to take a look at the outfield right now for Canisius. Look at how far in they're playing right now, Stu. The wind's blowing in. There are things in that favor right now that you're going to look to either take away that blue pit or even that single that may not go far. You're trying to make sure you can stop that from happening and getting a possible base runner out there for Nichols.
Venditti ahead in the count, 2-1. Fouls one off to the left, out of play, and the count evens up at 2-2.
That goes over into the pool area over there. I would like to know is how many times they get to go over there in a season to see how many balls they get out of that pool area over there.
There is you to find now with no water in it, right?
Now it is.
Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th for Nichols.
Well, I'll tell you, Candifer looks fantastic so far, and he looks like he's getting stronger as the game's going on right here.
That's 10 straight batters he's retired. That's just his second strikeout of the game. Batter now is Ross Yoshida. Just misses the outside corner. It's 1-0. Well, Candifer has been pretty spectacular today, I would say.
No, I'm going to add into that. Spectacular all season is what he has been, really.
Oh, he hit him. Oh, that had to hurt. Got him up high near the shoulder. And Nichols gets a base runner. Yoshida heads down to first base, and Reed Cohn, the left fielder, is the batter. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Bounced out to the second baseman. Bounced out. I think the ball hit the pitcher, ricocheted to the second baseman who threw him out. So twice Ostempowski has got him out. And we have a runner for Yoshida. Aiden Mapes is the runner at first base. Cone, the batter, the right-handed batter, takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1. Canisius leading this one 2-0. We're in the bottom of the 6th, 2 outs, and Nichols has a runner on at first. And here comes the pitch to Cone. Candifer fires. Oh, that's a ball, and the count goes to 1-1. And
that was a nasty hook. That late break on that one, that really had a late break to it right there. And remember, it's not where it drops in the zone, but boy, that had a late break that was tough to lay off.
Ball 2 is outside. Well, he did lay off, and he did get the call. 3 of us up here were shaking our heads. It's 2-1 now on Reed Cohen. You know, it's amazing how much a call like that can impact the game if someone gets an extra strike and they can take advantage of it. Here's the pitch. Ball 3. 3-1. Candifer has walked one. That was McIntyre back in the second inning. Right-handed batting Cone awaits the pitch from Candifer. 3-1, runner on first, 2 outs. The pitch. High pop-up way up in the air. Shallow right field. Chimay coming in, and he can't make the play. It is a foul ball. Big break there for Canisius that ball landed on the wrong side of the foul line. Great effort there by Chimay and the second baseman Ostempowski, and the count goes to 3-2.
I've got Candifer at 59 right now is what I have him at. 59, 41 of them for strikes.
Full count, 3-2 on Reed Cone. Mapes on at first. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Line drive right at the center fielder. It'll drop in for a base hit. And Nichols has a threat going. Runners at first and second with 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Casey Kohler. Kohler got a base hit in the second and bounced out to the shortstop in the 4th.
And I'll tell you, Kohler hitting .373 on the season with a .522 on base percentage. 19 hits, 15 singles, a double, 3 triples. He's got the wheels to boot. 24 RBIs and 14 runs scored. So now we got speed up to bat. Now we've got an opportunity. Can Nichols do the same thing that Canisius just did? It's now they've got their runner in scoring position.
Canisius got a run in the 6th and a run in the 3rd. And Nichols still looking for its first run of the ball game. Kohler, a left-handed batter. Mapes running for Yoshida on at second. Cohen on at first with 2 away. Huge spot in the ball game here. Remember, if Nichols wins today, they win the Georgetown Cup. Canisius trying to force a third and decisive game on Saturday. Right-hander Candifer works out of the stretch as the runners lead from first and second. The pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1.
He really does pitch to spots so well. Pitches to contact. Really is around that strike zone all day long.
The pitch to Kohler. Outside, ball 1. The count evens up at 1-1. Candifer stretches and pitches. Kohler takes a strike on the inside part of the plate, and the count goes to 1-2. There's activity in the Canisius bullpen.
I'm
Down
telling you right now,
mound.
I'm riding my guy right here. I mean, you got to win the ball game to get to Saturday. I'm riding my guy, especially with the way that he's been pitching so far in this game.
I 100% agree. That's a ball outside. Count evens at 2-2. Deuces are wild. 2-0 Canisius. 2 outs, 2 on, 2-2 on the batter. Kohler, the stretch and the pitch by Candifer. Now he steps off the rubber. And Kohler steps out of the batter's box. Derek McIntyre, the DH, would love to get another chance to swing the bat in this inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. He struck him out. A huge strikeout by Candifer to end the inning. Nichols does not score. No runs, 1 hit, a hit batter, and 2 men left on base. After 6 complete, it's Canisius 2, Nichols nothing. This Georgetown Cup playoff baseball game is being brought to you by Empire Electric. Back with the 7th inning after this short break.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
I'm George Wiley, a senior at Canisius High School. As the only Jesuit high school in Western New York, Canisius delivers a life-changing education. Canisius prepares young men for acceptance into the nation's finest universities, and our community supports us at each step of our journey. We are proud of our excellent athletics and our emphasis on service. This place is special. Let us show you why.
Experience firsthand the excellence of Canisius High School. Schedule your visit at canisiushigh.org.
Top half of the 7th inning, Canisius with a 2-0 lead, and Josh Candifer with a huge strikeout of Casey Colder to end that 7th inning and keep NICHOLS off the scoreboard. Max Zlotnick on for his 2nd inning of relief pitching here in the top half of the 7th inning. I want to remind you one more time that this Georgetown Cup baseball game is being brought to you on Western New York Athletics by Empire Electric. And Canisius will hope to add to their 2-run lead here in the top half of the 7th inning. So Max Zlotnick fires his last warm-up pitch, and Dom Ferlito fires down to second base.
Stu, it's actually number 15 on the mound. That's Kipler who's on the mound.
Oh, and what is his first name? I don't have.
Cody Kipler.
So it is Cody Kipler in for Max Zlotnick. Cody Kipler will get some work here for NICHOLS in the 7th inning. His team down 2-0. And he will face David Cloyd, David Barzak, and Luke Golombiewski. There's a bouncer to the third baseman, a long throw, nice play by Yoshida, and there's one away. Kipler gets one out on one pitch. And that was David Cloyd. Now this is Barzak. David Barzak.
Stu, just so I want to, I'm looking at right here. So we're going into it went 5 for Langer, and this is Kipler he's already gone an inning. So this was Kipler who was out there before.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'm looking at right now just to verify it, but it is Kipler.
So Barzak is the batter. How many batters did Zlotnick face then?
I don't have him as coming into pitch.
Oh, okay. So I was given the wrong number.
Yeah, it was. It looks like it was supposed to be 15 because Zlotnick is 25. So I think they were catching the 5 at what it was, but it looks like right now it's been Kipler.
All right. Well, our apologies to Kipler. Pitch is up high for a ball. 3-0. What's that? Barzak, right-handed batter, looking for his first hit of the day. Kipler pours one in there for a strike, and the count goes to 3-1. Barzak has been struck out swinging and was retired by the third baseman and then flew out to the right fielder. Here's the 3-1 pitch from right-hander Cody Kipler. He blasts one out to left center field way back, but the left fielder, Reed Cohn, runs it down. Well, that might have been the hardest hit ball of the day and certainly the one that traveled the furthest. And there are 2 away here in the top half of the 7th inning.
And I'll tell you, if this was another day with that wind not blowing in, that does it out there in the gap, and he may be running all around right there because he does have some speed as well.
Luke Golombiewski, the first baseman, got a base hit in the 2nd. Got another base hit in the 4th and walked in the 6th. He also scored the first run of the ball game. Left-handed batter, pitches way outside for a ball, 1-0. Tom mentioned he's a freshman. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike one, count evens at 1-1. Well, he's off to a great start as a freshman at Canisius. I'll say that for him. Is he? Do we know if he's only a baseball guy, or is he a 2 or 3 sport athlete? Tom, do you know?
That I don't know.
And there's a base. Oh, what a play! Diving stop by Vendetti. The throw to first, not in time. Looked like that was going to get into center field. Brian Venditti dove, got up, and made the throw, but not quite in time to get Golombiewski. So it's a base hit. Great effort there by Venditti. And now here's Justin Ostempowski, who drove in Golombiewski with the 2nd run of the game in the 6th inning.
And let's give Kipler a little bit of love. He's got 15 innings pitched on the season with a 2-0 record. He also has a save as well. Of there, he's got 13 strikeouts with a 1.867 ERA on the season.
He throws a strike to Ostempowski. Working out of the stretch, 2 outs, runner on first. There goes the runner, pitches outside. Ferlito throws to second base, and the ball is on the wrong side of the bag and couldn't be handled by the second baseman, Weber, and it's a stolen base for Golombiewski, who's had quite a day.
I'll tell you, here you got a spot right now. Ostempowski with one of these RBIs right here. He's got 2 big hits in the game as well. Got a chance for number 3 right here and maybe even get another RBI.
1-1 the count, the pitch. And he fouls it back over to our right. The count goes to 1-2. And now if Canisius wins this game, Game 3, the deciding game, will be played here at Sal Magley Stadium Saturday afternoon. It is a 12 noon first pitch. And a huge spot here for Kipler to try and get out of there. He cannot allow that 3rd run to score. Up high for a ball. Count evens up at 2-2. Golombuski, the runner on at second. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Canisius up by 2. The pitch to Ostempowski. High pop-up way up in the air. Third baseman Yoshida coming over and makes the catch to end the top half of the 7th inning. So no runs, 1 hit, a stolen base, and 1 man left on base. After 6.5, it's Canisius 2, NICHOLS nothing. This Georgetown Cup playoff baseball game is being brought to you by Empire Electric on Western New York Athletics.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
In the classroom, on the field, in the studio, behind a music stand, we care for the whole person in mind, body, and spirit. Through our unique house system, our Modus academic program, on every step of your journey.
This place is special. Let us show you why.
Bottom half of the 7th inning. Do or die time for NICHOLS here. The first 3 batters scheduled are Derek McIntyre, the DH, Emerson Weber, the second baseman, and Dom Bernardone, the first baseman. And they will face Josh Candifer. McIntyre gets sets to lead off. Candifer has been outstanding. 3 hits over 6 full innings of work. So with a win, if Canisius hangs on here, Game 3 Saturday at 12 noon here at Sal Magley Stadium. So we'll see if NICHOLS can pull off the big come-from-behind win or even tie it up and send it into extra innings. But Josh Candifer has been spectacular. And that's a pretty tall order. He has a 2-0 lead to work with. And they're down low in the batting order. 6, 7, and 8 for NICHOLS. And as Tom always says, if you're going to win a championship, the bottom of that order has to come through for you at some point. And here in this game is that point. McIntyre walked in the 2nd, bounced out to the 3rd baseman back in the 5th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 0-1. Candifer not wasting any time. He's in a good rhythm. There's a high fly ball. Center fielder Cloyd calling for it. Comes in a little bit and makes the catch. 1 away here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
So, Stu, I'm gonna have a little fun with you right here.
Okay.
So, when you've seen right now Candifer pitch, in the past, who's the pitcher of the past major league pitcher that you would compare him to right now in the kind of outing that he's having?
Now, I have to think about that because I'm watching him thinking he's a big right-hander.
Well, I'm talking about how he's hitting spots right now all day. Pitch counts don't go really high is what I'm looking for. This is a Maddox-type performance is exactly what it is. And you can see always pitching to spots, being very cerebral in what he does, making sure that it's not having to overpower, but making sure you're getting in the right spot so it's not going to be a hard hit ball to your infield or outfield.
Great analogy. Connor Malone is the pinch hitter for Weber, the left-handed batter. That is perfect. I think he's actually a little bit bigger than Greg Maddox.
Yeah, I think he is too.
But he's painted the corners. He's done all those Maddox things. There's another strike in the outside part of the plate, and very quickly, it's 0-2 on Malone.
Boy, you got to know he's going to be ramped up for a senior year. He's got a chance to play quarterback for Canisius. He's got a chance to come out here, be a senior leader next year in the Monsignor Martin Conference. Like, unbelievable what he's really got ahead of him in the future.
That's ball one, and now here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul back off to the third base side. Just got a piece of that one. You know, Tom, you got me again. I watched Greg Maddox pitch a 1-0 shutout where he threw 78 pitches. That's exactly right.
That's what he's doing. He's just pitching the spots so well.
Oh, and Malone just loops one into shallow left field for a base hit. That's the fourth hit for Nichols, as he did a great job of just getting his bat on the ball. And now it'll be the first baseman, Dom Bernardone. And we're going to get a pinch runner here. And the runner is J.J. Murphy. So one out and a runner on first. The tying run is at the plate. Bernardone was retired by the shortstop and then by the second baseman. So,
and if you're Nichols, you're looking one more guy. I got to get on base. I roll that lineup back to the top. That's when dangerous things can happen. And it goes to what you just talked about. Can the bottom get to that top of the lineup to get some runs across the board?
Throw over to first, and McCarthy is back safely with a dive. Or Murphy, excuse me. The pitch. Down low, ball one, 1-0. Well, there was someone is throwing in that Canisius bullpen down the right field line. A lot of room in foul territory down the baselines. There's a fly ball foul and out of play, and the count evens at 1-1. Candifer looks over at Murphy. Stretches. And pitches. Inside for a ball, 2-1.
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. This is what you want. Seventh inning, close game, tying runner up to the bat.
Throw over to first, and he's back safely, is Murphy.
Boy, they called it perfectly. You know what I mean? Was checking the radars. They knew they were going to keep that game about 20 minutes from the start. They did exactly that, and really we haven't had any issues since that 5 o'clock time where that little rain came through.
The pitch. High fly ball down the left side. Left fielder coming over, and it drops in front of him in foul territory. Max Barr gave chase, but he couldn't haul that one in, and it's a 2-2 count now on the batter, Bernardone. It's amazing. The final three outs, no matter what, are always the toughest to get.
It's so true.
It's amazing that anyone could actually ever pitch a no-hitter or a perfect game. It's so unique and so rare.
We almost got a chance for Washington Athletics to call one with Medina. Just missed a perfect game, Brody Fry.
And there's a one-hopper glove by the second baseman. He goes to second for one, back to first, not in time. Well, Justin Ostempowski with a really nice play, fired it over to Einen for the out. And the out is 4-6, 2 away. And the scheduled batter is the catcher, Dom Ferlito. We have number 25.
Yeah, this is Zlotnick. This is Zlotnick right now.
Max Zlotnick is pinch hitting. Right-handed batter, runner on first, 2 away. Zlotnick trying to keep it alive and prevent a decisive third game Saturday afternoon. Candifer stretches and pitches. Inside for a ball, 1-0. They are not obviously holding the runner on at first base.
Still, we want to let you know either team. Check out our social media platforms. You can check out X. You can check out Instagram and Facebook. We will have the post-game interviews on there with the winning team and our players of the game.
That's down low for a ball, and it's 2-0 on Max Zlotnick. He is the tying run at home plate.
Boy, the ones we did for the Lancaster girls the last game, boy, I couldn't believe some of the comments that came through. They were fantastic.
That was great. Outside, in there for a strike in the outside corner. It's 2-1.
Yeah, folks, if you want to hear a fun interview, go check that out. One of the young women on the Lancaster team says she called her shot before she got up there. And then we heard about a ritual by the pitcher out on the mound during the interview as well.
There goes the runner. He's into second base with the stolen base. The ball rolls into center field.
It was funny. It was one of the things we caught on the broadcast, Stu and I. This young woman, she sweeps the rubber 3 times. And she does it before the at-bat is when she does it because she wants 3 strikes. And then she doesn't want her hand dirty, so she rubs 3 times against her leg right there to also get the 3 strikes that she's looking for.
2-2 to Max Zlotnick. Pinch hitting here in the 7th. 2 outs, runner on second. The pitch. High chopper. Slowly hit. Ostempowski gloves it. The long throw. In time, and the ball game is over. Wow, Ostempowski. What a day for Justin Ostempowski in the field. Canisius wins this one by a final score of 2-0. Great ball game. There is a decisive third game coming up here at Sal Magley Field Saturday afternoon at 12 noon. Empire Electric has brought you this Georgetown Cup baseball game. Want to thank everybody, our producer Tim Gardner, our color man Tom Prince. My name is Stu Boyer. Once again, the final score, Canisius 2, NICHOLS 0. Empire Electric will bring you Game 3 Saturday afternoon from Sal Magley Field. That will decide the winner of the Georgetown Cup at 12 noon. Thanks most. Stay tuned for infomercials from both schools coming up. And once again, we want to thank you for watching. Have a good night, everybody.
HAP is a 4-week summer program. Great opportunity for rising 8th grade students to come in, get to know us at Canisius, while also preparing for the scholarship and placement exam.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
My experience at NICHOLS really changed my life. I loved it here. Coming from a public school, this was definitely a huge step for me. I came from a small public school, and so moving to the city was a big step. Getting to know all the wonderful people here and the campus, and the very strong education, great teachers, just overall great community. I wouldn't have traded it for the world.
The people that I've met here have been really incredible, and I'm never gonna really forget about the connections I made here, and the people I've met have all been very incredible, very important to me.
Eight years has been a long time, but I've enjoyed every single second of it. I came from a public school and I didn't really get the challenge I was looking for originally. So I came over to NICHOLS, and right away I knew that I was going to be challenged, but I was also going to have a great time and great friends and everything in between.
And I feel like being at NICHOLS, you don't have to be afraid of who you are. I feel like here you can be authentically yourself because there's so many different clubs, sports where you can thrive in any different way. But I know that NICHOLS has put me in a position to go and do whatever I want to be in the future.
HAP is a 4-week summer program. Great opportunity for rising 8th grade students to come in, get to know us at Canisius, while also preparing for the scholarship and placement exam that they will take in the fall, and having a great time participating in sports and recreational activities.
I loved the competitive aspect and the amazing community that I found here. The energy between my classmates and I, it was ecstatic. There was nothing like it.
HAP really prepared me for what to expect to come to Canisius. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to go here until I went to HAP, and I was like, oh, this is a great idea. I love everything about this place. I really want to go here now. So I think for people who are not entirely sure where they want to go to high school, it is a perfect opportunity to see what's happening here and really understand at a closer level what you're getting yourself into.
I can speak from my own experience. I came here with a group of friends from my middle school, but ended up making a ton more and became friends with guys who ultimately were my best friends throughout my time at Canisius. But for anyone, it provides a great springboard into 8th grade as they start thinking about taking the exam and applying for high school. And I think helps guys put their best foot forward when that time comes.